Tide Talk with Webb is back, baby, for our recruiting recap. Oh man, it was a whirlwind. I guess it was technically the second go around for the NIL, and it's definitely not about forming relationships. It's about paychecks, and that's the world we live in because the NCAA won't step in. But Bama finished great. We finished fourth. In Rivals, which is kind of the big boy, and then 24/7 Sports, we finished number 2. We had a great day, a great time. And you're gonna have to pay kids, but you also still have to have a relationship. I know Brian Kelly came out from LSU and kept saying that he wouldn't come out and say it, but several of his key guys flipped to Michigan because the Oracle millionaire or billionaire brought out a bunch of money and paid kids. But regardless. You got to have a relationship. You still have to recruit the kids. The kids still have to want to play for you, and you got to pay. That's just the way it is. Excited about this Bama class. Like I said, we'll make a quick rundown. First up on the board is Derek Meadows, who was a flip last minute from LSU. Big kid. He's 6'6", 205, runs like a deer. He's a 4-star. Really phenomenal guy. Really, really, really phenomenal player. Let me get my notes here. And like I said, he's a good big get for us. Like I said, you've got Steve Mbua, defensive tackle from Summit, Mississippi. He's 3-star, 6'4", 290. Pretty much a road grader. Then we got Ivan Taylor, a defensive back out of Winter Garden, Florida. He's 5'11" and 170, a 4-star. I've heard this kid can absolutely fly. He's really, really fast. He's really good in coverage. I know a lot of the knock against him is he's not 6 foot, but he's literally less than half an inch off. This class also had 3 big tight ends. I want to see more. I want to see more from these tight ends. I want to see more catches. I want to see more schemes to get them the ball. Like I said, this kid, Marshall Pritchett, is tight end from Randall Gap, Georgia. He's 6'5", 215, 4-star. Then we got Cavante Henry. This he's a stud. A defensive end from Norwalk, California. He's 6'5", 250, 4-star. Really good kid out from the West Coast. Then we got one of the last guys actually to sign, Ackland Deer, running back at Quitman, Mississippi, 6'1", 200 pounds, 4-star. He's actually flipped from Ole Miss to Bama. He's the top 4 running backs in the country in this class. Really phenomenal kid. Coming into kind of a crowded running back room, but I don't think that's going to matter because I think there's going to be a lot of carries and a lot of things going on. I do suspect that our offensive coordinator will change before the end of the year. I think this was a bro favor because he came in a few weeks before the season started because Grubbs went to Seattle to be their offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. There was nobody to hire, so he has, obviously, like I said in previous videos, he has coached for DeBoer before, and he only coached 1 year because he's not the greatest. We can see that in the games we lost. Nice guy, hardworking guy. He's unable to adapt when what the defense is doing something that's shutting him down. He usually just kind of keeps doing the same thing and doesn't ever adapt. That's not good in the SEC, and I look for him to have more of an off-the-field role. I have not been given evidence or do not have evidence or do not know any rumor that he will be let go. I'm just going off the past, going off of what our offensive numbers were. I hope and pray that he is. Anyway, back to it. Justin Hill, linebacker at Cincinnati, Ohio, 6'3", 209, 4-star. This kid is stout. He's the number 5 linebacker in the country, or rusher in the country. He had 30 sacks in high school. Kid's a beast. He plays angry. We have Caleb Edwards in this class. He's a tight end from El Dorado Hills, California, another California kid. 6'6", 225, 4-star, stud. Big catching targets, got great hands, a very good blocker. Another marquee to this class is Dijon Lee Jr. He's a defensive back from Mission Vallejo, California. He's 6'3", 181, 5-star, baby. This guy is stud city. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, I think he can come in and play day one. He's got that size, the speed. I think he's just got the it factor. We got Micah DeBose, one of the only few Alabama guys that we got from Theodore, Alabama. He's 6'5", 300 pounds, 4-star road grader. Dude plays angry. I love it. Great pick for Alabama. Then we got Jackson Lloyd. He's an offensive lineman from Carmel, California, 6'6", 290. Comes in ready to rock. This guy's really good too. Then we go down to London Simmons. He's a defensive tackle from Flowood, Mississippi, 6'3", 290, 3-star. Good kid, good get out of Mississippi. Then we got Alex Asparuhov, kicker from Fresno, California. He's 6'3" and 193. Then we got Matt Waldrop, is the offensive lineman for Phoenix City, Alabama, 6'5", 305, 4-star. Excited about this guy. We definitely need some more offensive linemen. Then we got Chuck McDonald, defensive back out of Santa Ana, California, 6'1", 185, 4-star. So that's great. They're coming into play. He looks good. We got one of the top 3 shining jewels of this class, which is Keelan Russell, QB out of Duncanville, Texas. He's 6'4", 181, 5-star. Now, some neat things about this guy. I think our staff really evaluated him very well because when they went after him, his biggest scholarship offer was at SMU, and he flipped, went to Bama, still a 3-star. People were running that mouth about him, but as he was getting more known and going to camps, this kid's got 6,000 high school yards he passed for, 87 touchdowns, and guess, only 5 INTs. That's absolutely amazing. He was arguably could be the number 1 quarterback in the country, but he's number 2. On some services have him ranked differently, but a lot of services have him top 3. Absolutely amazing kid. Lozier Brooks, this guy's a 3-star wide receiver out of Millville, New Jersey. Set state records in New Jersey. He's 5'9", 168. The guy, I don't know. I think the guy runs a 4.3 because everything I've seen him in the game film, the guy can fly. He reminds me of the high school game film of Waddle. This guy is so underrated, it's not funny what he can do and what his skill set is. Then we got linebacker Luke Metz out of Houston, Georgia, 6'3", 220, 4-star, absolute beast. Then we got Abdul Sanders, another linebacker out of Santa Ana, California, 6'1", 219, 4-star, really good get for Bama. Daryl Johnson, linebacker out of Eastman, Georgia, 6'3", 210, 4-star. And last but not least, we got Ty Haywood out of Denton, Texas, offensive lineman, 6'5", 270, 4-star. Some places have him ranked as a 5-star. Absolutely amazing lineman for us. I'm very, very excited to have him. I can't say enough how I love this class. And I will say this, a lot of people are complaining, well, you didn't get enough guys. You only got, 20 guys or whatever, or 22 total commitments. Well, if you look at DeBoer, what he did the last 2 years to build Washington, he also got a lot of good guys out of high school. But he did a great evaluation, him and his staff, and they hit the portal hard. So I know a lot of people are complaining we didn't get enough defensive linemen. But you're looking in the portal. I think we're going to portal a hardcore when it opens up here in 1 week. And we're going to portal throughout the month, and I think we're going to go back to the portal early spring when it opens back up, and I think we're going to portal again for those guys. Now, I want to go over some guys that I think could start or have an impact day one because of his relationships on the West Coast. We only got 9% of our players are from Bama. The one thing I will say, and he even mentioned it too, DeBoer said, they want to form more relationships in the state of Alabama because your best Alabama players didn't go to Alabama. They went to Oregon, they went to Ohio State, they went to, some of them went over to Mississippi, to Ole Miss, and then some went to Auburn. I guess they went to Fairburn because they're selling playing time. Yeah, they're giving money, but they're also selling playing time. Bama's not doing that as much. But, excuse me, a little under the weather. Just because we don't have a big footprint right now the way Bama had under Saban for a lot of years. We need to get those relationships back, and we are working for that. Here's some potential guys I think that will have impact your one. This is a long shot. Keelan Russell, highly unlikely. I think he will compete for the starting job, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's number 2 on the depth chart. But right now, you've got Ty Simpson and you've got Austin Mack that are probably leading for that job just because they know the system, they know the players. But don't be surprised if Keelan Russell makes a run at it, because I think the quarterback room will be wide open come the fall. Dijon Lee, 6'4", 200 pounds, defensive back, 5-star. I think he starts. I think he finds a position and he winds up starting. Maybe for Malachi Moore in there somewhere. Excuse me, I'm under the weather. I definitely think Michael Carroll, offensive tackle, will start or see a lot of playing time as a freshman. I think Lozier Brooks, the wide receiver out of New Jersey, that's an absolute speed demon. I think he will see playing time. He'll be very good. I think Caleb Edwards, the tight end at 6'6", 225, will see a lot of playing time. Like I said, we have a few tight ends leaving. So I definitely see that in the mix. And depending on what they want to do offensively, and pray to God we get another offensive coordinator. Derek Meadows, just because of his size, I think he's going to see a lot of playing time too as well. Real quick, let's break down. We already talked about quarterback a little bit in the fact that it's going to be wide open in the spring. I think Dylan Lonergan will and John Cooper will most definitely transfer. I think it'll come down to Austin Mack, Ty Simpson, and Keelan Russell for who gets the job, and they will be the main ones competing for the job. Everybody keeps saying Ty Simpson, but don't count out Keelan Russell and don't count out Austin Mack. They look like very promising. I think it'll come down the wire on those guys. Ackland Deer, the running back in this class, I'm really excited about. Number 4 running back. I think he gets room to run. I would not be surprised if guys like Justice Hayes transfers out, or even Daniel Hill. I could see that because this is a crowded running back room. Richard Young's a beast. He's a big 220 back. I see him getting playing time. I see Eklund Deer. I see Jam Miller coming back because he got majority of the carries. Justice Hayes was injured a lot of the years, so we didn't get to see a lot from him. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody tries to come in a few schools and poach some of our running backs. That wouldn't surprise me. Now, wide receiver-wise, I think Jeremy Bernard, he was one of my most productive wide receivers. I think he comes back for his senior year. You got Jalen Hill sitting there, Emmanuel Henderson. I want to see that guy jump out because I like that kid. You still got Kendrick Law. We don't know if he'll hit the portal. You got Caleb Odom. I really like Caleb Odom. He's 6'6". He's very fast. I'd love to see him play more. He could hit the portal. Kobe Prentice is already gone. He put in paperwork to go. Rico Scott, I've seen little flashes from him. I'd like to see more from him. And, of course, Ryan Williams will play. So we've got that. Tight end wise, CJ Dupree is a senior. He's gone. Robbie Oots is gone. So this tight end room is wide open. We brought in 3 6'6" big boys. So we're going to see them vie for playing time. You got Ty Lockwood coming back. You got Danny Lewis and then Josh Cuevas, which we saw him a lot last week, make quite a few catches and do really good things. That room is wide open. Our offensive line, a lot of young guys. So it's set up nicely because there'll be a lot of sophomores and juniors next year for depth, and we brought in other good guys. So I think that position is set up pretty good. They're just young, getting better by the day. Defensive line, we got Tim Smith gone. Ja Latham, he's gone. The rest are juniors, so it sets up good for experience for us, so that's a good thing. Linebacker, this is going to be a point of contention because you got Jahad Campbell, he's a junior, he could go. You got Justin Jefferson, he's gone as a senior, and Q Robinson. I love Q Robinson. He's gone. So it's in flux. So there's going to be a lot of room to evaluate and get somebody new there. Defensive backs, the one who is gone is Malachi Moore. He's out. The guys that we got coming in defensive backs and all the juniors coming in, that will be a point, I think, of strength for us next year, which would be great for us. I'm excited to see that. And I think that'll be absolutely phenomenal for us. So that's good. I'm excited to see where we're headed and where we're going, and just fired up about this class and getting them in campus. Like I said, do not be surprised if you see us pull quite a few linemen, defensive linemen out of the portal, and a few guys that we can pepper in this month. And then the next time the portal opens in the spring, I think we'll hit some more if DeBoer goes the way we've seen him go the last 4 or 5 years, I think he will pepper in a lot more of those guys. So, anyway, that's my roundup. Have a great one. Tide Talk Web is out.